what's up guys? This is Jeffrey King here. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button, and we can just get right into it. Hey, what's up? If you're still tuning in, that means you want to know what this channel's about, right? So it's very simple. You know, we all love cars, right? But I've been basically loving cars all my life. I like building them. I like putting them together. I like picking out the wheels for them, body kits, lit ground effects, turbo setups, supercharged setups. Everything about a car kind of makes me happy. Everyone who knows about cars and work on cars, they understand the difficulty of getting your car to that point where it's pristine and everyone else can enjoy all the hard work and labor that you put into the car. That's why I think it's very, very special that you see a car that's done to the point where it's like no return. You know, the person puts all the time and effort into it. You can't really put a dollar amount on all that time and effort that goes into a car. So this episode, I wanted to pretty much give everybody an overview of what I like to do with cars, the work it takes to, you know, build a car, and also some of the ground effects and things like that the car is going to need to actually look the way it should look. If you want it to be appreciated, do you have to buy like the high-end, expensive name brands, and you know, you want to stay with the cool boys and stuff like that? You know, that's really up to your pockets, whatever you can afford. But for the most part, if you just like your car looking really good and you're still driving it back and forth, you know, to work and gas stations, you know, places like that, you know, you could just do a moderate build. So I could literally go from the extreme, which would be like a SEMA display vehicle, to something as simple as, hey, I just want my car to look good. You know what I mean? So let's stay tuned. Hey, glad to see you still staying tuned. Most of the time when people hit me up, hey Jeff, man, what should I do to my car? I want my car to look good, or there's some things about my car that I like to change, and the first thing they come to me about is wheels for the car. In my opinion, I'm not sure how other builders do it. Yes, I do consider myself a builder. I don't start with the wheels first, because you don't really know how the car is gonna come out. You don't know the real contour of the vehicle. So in my opinion, the worst thing to do is to actually start off with wheels. Wheels should be like an accessory, something that's gonna bring the car to life, give it a character. You really don't want to start with wheels first. But if you're one of those guys that's like, if I have my wheels on my car and I just lower it, I'm gonna be in the game. You know, when you're picking wheels, it's very specific. One, you have to know your bolt pattern. It's very, very important to know your bolt pattern. You also want to know your hub board. You also want to know your overall diameter, and you want to have a good idea on what size you want to run with. You don't want to run with something too big and then you have to do too much alterations to the vehicle just to make them work. Unless you're a stance boy. If you're a stance boy, you guys know what it is. Everything got to be stretched, cut out, everything just to make the car sit the way you want it to sit. But at that point, if you're a stance boy, you already have your body all set up the way that you want. So that's the beauty about wheels. So you're doing the wheels first. You have to kind of know what build you're going to go for. So you got the guys that like stance, you got the guys that like racing, you got the guys who like bag it out, you know, and then you also have your other guys who like VIP, you know, and you also got the old school guys, you got your Nissan guys, you got your 240 guys. So it's really hard to answer that question when people come up to me and say, hey Jeff, what you think I should do to my car? I was thinking about throwing some wheels on it. It gets really complicated. Sometimes I have to look at them like, hey, it's really not all about that. You know what I mean? Wheels are one aspect of it, but if that's the case, then everybody would just have wheels. When it comes to putting a car together to where it's a unique style, because you don't want to look like the other guy on the highway, and then he looks at you, and you look at him, and you're like, well, I gotta sell my wheel. That's happened too many times. So at the end of the day, in my opinion, I really wouldn't start with the wheels first. If I had to give somebody like some type of clue on what to start with, first thing you want to do is you have to break out your notebook. You know, get a brand new one. I don't care where you get it. You can go to Dollar Tree, you can go to Kroger. I don't care. Get a little notebook, and then what you want to do is you want to have a list. You want to have the list of things that you want to actually buy. So you have things that you want to purchase from. You want to start reaching out to companies, start to see which the way you want to go as far as your build goes. Like I said, if you're going to build stands, you're going to have to start doing what the stance boys do. If you're going to build VIP, you might want to look up the curtains and the little area where you put your bottles and your cups and your fish tanks if you want to go crazy. If you're airing it out, you might want to do your trunk setup, stuff like that. So at the end of the day, you want to have a to-do list. So if it was up to me, simple. Start with brand new headlights. Start with brand new tail lights. Start with like a nice ground effect. So you might want to get like a front lip, you might want to get like a side skirt, or you might want to get like a back bumper. Add a wing to it. It doesn't have to be drastic. It could be just one of those little small wings that you put on your trunk, you know, two-sided tape, something simple. Then from that point, you get an idea of what the car is going to look like, right? So after you do that, that's when you can consider wheels. You also want to consider suspension. The car has to sit a certain way. There's no way that you're actually gonna, you know, have the car slam with no suspension. And those guys that cut the suspension, could kill you. The amount of cars I've ever bought with cut suspension is unbelievable. So you want to get suspension as well. Once you have your ground effects, your headlights, and you also get your suspension, the next thing you want to turn around now and do is paint the car. So painting the car is a whole new level to the game. Color is everything. Some people go with their favorite color. People go with the color of the year, like 2019, 2020. It was a Destroyer Gray. Everybody and their mother did this Destroyer Gray. I even seen Civics with them. You seen Corollas with them. Like everybody was chasing that Destroyer Gray. Beautiful color, by the way. But if it was up to me, I don't really pick according to the favorite. I always pick according to what I like or whatever I can see the car as. So like a wine burgundy, or like a candy apple red, candy green, like a purple. That's actually one of my next favorite colors, purple. Something like that you put on your car, and then from that point, could you just imagine the car lowered, ground effects, nice little wing on the back. You have your window guards and everything like that. And now you want to make the car look like something. You want to put the wheels on. That's what I said. Wheels are just an accessory. Wheels don't make a car. It accessorizes the car. It adds to the car's flavor. So at this point, you should have an idea of what style you're gonna go for. Are you gonna go for gritty, as far as like stance boy? You're gonna be stance, racing, you know, flush. You know, you have so many different styles. So it all depends on your suspension, your camber arms, your toe arms, and all that. But that's pretty much just to answer the question of, hey bro, what should I do to my car? I always break people down to the point where it's like, hey, you might want to start small. You're ready to do $500 investment, $1,000 investment on some wheels. You might want to pump your brakes a little bit. Let's make the car look new. Let's bring light to the car. Hey, how you doing? Just a little bit about me. My name is Jeffrey K. You can go check me out on Instagram. That's Jeffrey K86. I drive an FRS, 2016 FRS. I did a lot for that car as soon as I got it. But a little bit about me in a whole. I started all the way back in Southside Jamaica, Queens. We used to go to the races. We used to hang out on the corners. We used to do all that illegal street racing, which we're all done with that now. I already paid my fines and everything like that. You know, if you know about that time era, drop a comment in the description. Let me know where my people at. But at the end of the day, that's what I used to do. I went from that to going to a car show, and I can remember my first car show. I walked into the, where was it, Englishtown in Jersey. All my people that know about that too, hit me up in the comments. But we went there and we were hanging out, we were watching the races, and we were watching people make really good time, and some of our friends were on the track, and we were kind of excited to see everybody like, oh, you know, this is what people have been talking about, you know, because I was really young, I didn't really know a lot. My wife actually came with me, and we were just sitting there, just watching the cars. And then after a while, it just got really hot because when you're in the bleachers, the sun is like beating on you. So I was like, you know what, let's take a break, let's go grab something to drink. And then when I come downstairs, because I didn't know this was going on, they had a full-blown car show. Now imagine, I've been there from 4 o'clock in the morning, and all we saw were the racers coming in. The race cars were coming in, and you know, we were with a race team, so we helped him get his car situated, and then from that point, we just stayed in the bleachers. I really didn't look into the car show section. When we went downstairs and we looked into the car show, I fell in love. I mean, racing is my passion. I love seeing it. I like being a part of it. I like learning from it. But when I saw the build levels that were at Englishtown, I was like, oh my God, I have so much more work to do, because I always thought it was all about motor and power. But I'm walking around, I'm seeing guys with body kits. These guys had beautiful paint jobs. The engine bays were spotless. The interior had fiberglass and, you know, a whole bunch of different things. Interiors all done, like white interior with pinstripes. It was just outrageous. So I got really excited. I started talking to some guys who did your interior, who did this, who did that. And they gave me answers. They kept me up to date and everything. And when I got home, I mean, I looked at my car like, oh man, this is a piece of junk. You know what I mean? I really gotta try to make this car look good. So that's the bug that bit me from that time. From that point, you know, I had about 5 or 6 more cars in New York. I came to Georgia. I had a car for like 6 years. I did everything to it. And then the game changed. Once the game changed, it went from having body kit and fiberglass to JDM. It was literally like a big switch, and it happened like within a year or two, so that's virtually overnight compared to the culture. So now I'm driving around with my body kitted Civic, booming system, full interior done, going down the street, and I see guys laughing, like, because you know the style has changed. So I was kind of looking into it, like, why am I the only one driving around like this, especially in Georgia? Turned around, I got hip to the JDM scene, started buying some real rare parts, ripping off things, and, you know, just putting another car together. Sold the car that I had with the body kit and all that, and then I got a real nice EK. I went from the EK to another EK to another. I started with the trading and the flipping of cars, made a lot of money doing it, and I love doing it. That's kind of like my side hustle slash, you know, enjoyment, hobby. So now, me and my son, we were going to a lot of events, because he's into cars too. Matter of fact, go check out his channel. That's Key NYC. We were sitting there and we go to these car shows and we entering our cars in, and we're expecting the judges not to really fall in love with our cars, but give us a chance. In Georgia, the car show scene was pretty much, they give you a wide range for Hondas. So you'll have like 1989 Honda Civic all the way to 2005 Honda Civic. And ours is virtually impossible. We're competing with cars that are newer. So the newer cars were winning, and then the vintage cars were winning, but there was no in between. So we got to a point, me, my wife, and my son collectively just came to ourselves and just said, you know what? The best thing to do is get a new car where we're not worried about mechanical issues, and build on that. Because only, you know, we'll only have a good chance at doing well with these cars. One, we're gonna enjoy it. I mean, the car show is one thing, but we're actually gonna enjoy them. We got these cars and everything, and as of right now, I have a 2016 FRS. My wife has a 2014 FRS, and my son has a 2013 FRS. All of our cars are almost done. We have some more work to do to it, but we're most definitely going to try to get there. If you can, you know, follow the page. Again, if you like the content so far and you like the direction that it's going in, you know, just hit a like button and subscribe. We got more content coming, especially with these builds.